In this sentence, we have a contrast between the bucolic backwaters, and bucolic means rural in a pleasant way. I think of nice red barns and contented cows grazing. What she does is to bring out a menace in this nice rural setting. And in her latest book, we want to go now to the blank and get that specific word. There's a surface of idyllic charm, that bucolic backwater. And what's happening is there's actually some menace, something negative underneath that charm. So a good word that works here is can mask. Can hide also works nice, or disguise, something of that nature. Notice here the roiling underbelly of intrigue, corruption, and murder speaks of the menace. And therefore, we can see how those parts play together. Again, the word we need, though, is here something like mask or hide. Now, subsume is kind of tempting because you see the underbelly, and I think, oh, under. Subsume, sub means under. But subsume just means when one thing is placed underneath another thing. And that's obviously a pretty vague definition. But if I were to say, oh, look, in the GRE, we have geometry, and it is subsumed under the general math section. That means it's placed under it or as a part of it. That doesn't really make sense here. What word does make sense, though, is belie, which is to falsely represent or disguise, to hide, to cover up, as we have here, which is the answer. Counteract implies that something is being neutralized, as though the idyllic charm is stopping this underbelly of murder, etc., which, of course, it's not. And we know that because she actually brings out this palpable sense of menace, so it's still there. Preface reminds us of a book. Apparently this person's writing a book. But be careful. There is no contrast in time here, meaning that the idyllic charm came before and then suddenly there's this underbelly of corruption and murder. Complement means that two things actually add to each other. And I don't see that happening here because complement is a positive word. So for instance, if I have a little fedora, I don't know why I thought of a fedora, but a nice hat, and it really brings together my outfit, you would say it complements my dress shirt. I'm not sure last time I wore a fedora, but the point is it makes something better or improves upon it. We don't have that here. We have a context of nice on the surface, but underneath is the negative, and therefore B is the answer.